What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. Today we're going to talk about the 4 player inductees into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Matt Sundin, Joe Sakic, Adam Oates, and Pavel Bure. Oates and Bure, as many of you remember, I did the 2 videos on why each of them belong in the Hall of Fame, so I assume the hockey writers saw those vids, and that's why they're there. But in all seriousness, all 4 deserving candidates. Shanahan should have got in over Sundin, though. Sundin never won the Cup and was never a first-team All-Star. I think he's a Hall of Famer, though. 564 goals definitely gets him in. But I'll talk a little bit about the other 3 players. I think all 3 of them go far beyond stats, and I'm going to keep the stats talk to a minimal, because I think to really put it into words, numbers don't do him justice. And start off with Sakic, captain clutch. If there was one player you want in the ice in overtime in the playoffs to win a big game, it was Sakic. One of the great captains we've ever seen. Led the Quebec Nordiques to a pretty decent couple records. And when they relocated to Colorado, first year in Denver, won the Stanley Cup, winning it for Ray Bourque. That'll always be one of my favorite hockey memories as a Bruins fan. Seeing Ray win it with Sakic, and though he couldn't won it with the Bruins, who better than Joe Sakic? One of the epitomes of class and dignity in the game, in my opinion, and one of the great competitors. And that wrist shot, and that wrist shot. Beauty. Sakic curve 101. I can talk about Joe Sakic all day, but I also want to talk about Adam Oates. Probably one of the best days of Adam Oates' life. Inducted in the Hall of Fame. Called and induction. Excuse me, making up words as I go along. Is in November. But good for Oates. He got named head coach of the Capitals today. One of the best passes I've ever seen. The Hull and Oates duo in St. Louis, and then coming up Boston, playing with Cam Neely, and having Neely have 50 goals in 40 games, so some 44 games with him. Obviously Neely's fight his knee injuries, but Oates, one of the elite playmakers the game's ever seen. Definitely, he has more assists than some guys in the Hall of Fame do points, and it's a shame he's been eligible since 2007. Hasn't got in now. I think it's ridiculous. But Oates, great player. And the final one, the Russian rocket, Pavel Bure. I don't know what else there's to say about Pavel. One of the elite, just speed, and more speed. One of the fastest players the game's ever seen. The fastest Russian since the Sputnik. Definitely wow you out of your seat. With that, the agility, what made him so unique wasn't, he had great straight ahead speed, obviously, but his acceleration, his first step, the 0 to 60 in a car was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. And had it not been for the injuries, you're looking at a guy that would have scored 750 goals. He was just, and almost every goal was a highlight reel one too. You say that about guys, but Jesus, breakaways, great shot too. And obviously went to finals with Vancouver, didn't win the Cup. Out of the 4 guys, Sakic's only with the Cup ring, and he's got 2. But made the Florida Panthers relevant. Had 58 and 59 goals for the Panthers in his 2 full years in South Florida. So put that in a nutshell. And then ended up in the Rangers. Definitely one of my favorite players to watch ever. Watch a Pavel Bure highlight reel, and second only to Bobby Orr in terms of the excitement factor, in my opinion. But that's all I got. I'll do more pieces, analyzing the stats. But I just want to tip my hat to my 3 of the 4 that I'm really a fan of. I was a Sundin fan, but he played for the Leafs. Kind of hard to like them when you're a Bruins fan. But I do like Sundin. Epitome of class and a great player. Play the game hard, play the game right. It's a shame he didn't win the Cup, but he played for Toronto most of his career. That's all I got on this episode of the Power Play with CJ on the 2012 Hockey Hall of Fame inductees. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.